Hey everyone, I'm Deepali and welcome to episode 2 of Bakemas 2024. Today I have baked two amazing apple desserts that are perfect for the holiday season. These recipes are simple, festive, and packed with the cozy flavors of Christmas. Let's make your celebrations sweeter, one bake at a time. So grab your apron and let's get started. Eggless Apple Crumble Cake. This apple crumble cake is made with a buttery cake that is filled with fresh chopped apples and topped with crumble topping. A perfect autumn winter cake for all the apple cinnamon lovers. Now, this is a perfect cake for colder months when you are craving a warm dessert with your hot coffee or tea. And also, we need simple ingredients for this cake which can be found in every kitchen or grocery store. For caramelized apples, we need 4 to 5 apples, 100 grams of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and half teaspoon salt. For crumble, we need 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 by 3 cup of cake flour, 6.5 tablespoons of almond flour, 3 tablespoons sugar, half teaspoon cinnamon powder, and 1 by 4 teaspoon of salt. For cake, we need 1.5 cups of cake flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half teaspoon of baking soda, 1 by 4 teaspoon of salt, half cup butter, half cup sugar, half cup yogurt, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and 2 tablespoons of milk. Begin by washing and peeling your apples and then cutting them into chunks. Opt for the medium-sized pieces, keeping in mind that the apples will significantly shrink during the cooking process. Now place the apple chunks in a saucepan. Add sugar, cinnamon powder, pinch of salt, and lemon juice. Cook the apples over medium heat, ensuring all ingredients are thoroughly mixed. Stir occasionally as the apples release juices. So continue cooking until the juices thicken, the volume reduces, and the apples caramelize. See, the apples will visibly shrink during this process. Now allow the caramelized apples to cool for a few minutes. You can refrigerate if you need it, otherwise you can keep it on your kitchen counter. So let's start preparing our crumble. In a food processor, combine your flour, all-purpose flour and almond flour, sugar, cinnamon powder and salt. Now pulse briefly for a quick mix. So once this is mixed, we are going to add butter into this. So add butter and pulse until a crumbly texture is achieved. Now be cautious not to overpulse, preventing it from forming a clump. So you can refrigerate also this crumble mixture if required. Otherwise, if you are at a cold place, you can keep it on your kitchen counter. So let's start preparing our cake now. First of all, preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius. And now let us sift our dry ingredients. So here goes the all-purpose flour, the baking powder, baking soda, some salt. Now sift all of these together. Okay, once they are sifted, you can also use your wire whisk to mix them properly. And now in a large bowl, I'm going to cream butter and sugar. So butter, and here goes the sugar. So first I will use my rubber spatula to mix this, and once it is properly mixed, I'm going to use my hand mixer to cream this butter and sugar together. Now cream together these two until the mixture becomes creamy, fluffy and pale. This should take around 4 to 5 minutes, and do not forget to scrape the bowl occasionally. Now incorporate yogurt or curd, whatever you are using, into the mixture along with some vanilla extract. And despite a curdled appearance, continue mixing until well combined. Do not worry if you find your batter to be curdled, it's normal. Once we'll add the dry ingredients, everything will be fine. Okay, now we are going to add dry ingredients in 2 batches. Remember to fold it gently with a spatula to avoid overmixing. Now if you find your batter thick, you can add 2 tablespoons of milk, but add 1 tablespoon at a time. Okay, now fold until fully combined. So I've used here 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay, the batter is ready now. Now is the time to take our pan and fill it with the batter. So I'm using an 8-inch cake pan, but I would suggest you to go for a 7-inch pan because the layers will be visible in a better way in 7-inch pan. So grease and line it with parchment paper in the same way that I've lined it here. And now put half of the batter into the pan, spread it evenly, and now evenly distribute half of the caramelized apples over the batter. Okay, add the remaining batter. Again spread it evenly, especially towards the edges, and now top with the rest of the caramelized apples. So once this is done, we are going to place our final layer, that is the crumble topping. Now sprinkle the crumble evenly over the top. Okay, so now bake it in a preheated oven for about 50 to 60 minutes or until a skewer inserted comes out clean. Okay, so into the oven it goes. So once the cake is baked, take it out and let it cool on a wire rack for some time. And once it is cool, we'll come back and demold it. So our cake seems cooler now. Let me demold the cake and show you how it looks like. So here's a ready cake. So now the cake is ready to be sliced and served. Let me cut this and show you how it looks like from inside. See, now this easy apple crumble cake comes out together so easily. It's super easy to make and it looks beautiful and tastes yummy. So let me just taste this for you. So this cake is moist, deliciously spiced, and this has turned out amazing. The crumb topping is perfect, not hard, not very soft, and this could be enjoyed with your chai, with your green tea or coffee. So until next time, take good care of yourself and happy baking. Apple gingerbread cake. To preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 180 degrees Celsius. And now make sure that your oven rack is right in the center for even baking. So in a bowl, I'm going to create a symphony of flavors first by whisking all my dry ingredients. So here goes the all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, dry ginger powder, and these are ground cloves. I'm also going to pop some lemon zest into this. And now I'm going to whisk everything together. And trust me, this combo is the secret to that irresistible aroma. Now let's keep this aside. And in another bowl, let's bring the wet ingredients together. Now these are the eggs. I'm just going to beat them a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to add some oil into this along with the yogurt. Here goes the molasses. And now I'm going to whisk these until everything comes together. And now I'm adding some caster sugar into this. All the measurements are mentioned on the screen itself and also in the description box below. So kindly go through the description box. And now I'm going to bring the dry and the wet ingredients together, gently mixing these until they are happily combined. Okay, so it's all mixed now. And here is the pan which I'm going to use to bake this cake. Just grease this with a little bit of oil and place a piece of parchment paper at the bottom. And now I'm going to pour all the batter into this pan. Just level it properly. Okay. So now is the time to slice our apples. So here are 2 apples. You can take any type of apple. So I'm going to peel them and cut them in slices. And now let's talk layers. Not just any layers, but layers of thinly sliced apples that will bring this cake to a whole new level. So lay those apple slices on top of our batter. You can let them overlap, it's okay. And then sprinkle a bit of sugar on top for that extra sparkle. This is going to caramelize our apples, and this is going to be the beauty of the cake later on. So once this is done, I'm going to pop this into my preheated oven for about 35 to 45 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Okay, so our cake is out of the oven and it's basking in its golden glory. But now you have the option to take it up a notch. Now I'm going to pop it under the broiler, or you can grab a kitchen torch to give those apple slices a beautiful golden glow. Now this step is optional. If you don't want to do that, you can skip it. You can have the cake right away. But that is going to take your cake to the next level. So I'm going to put this cake under the broiler of my oven. So turn on the upper rods of your oven. Keep the rack of the oven at the top shelf and then let it heat for some time. Keep your cake inside once it is heated. So broiler is using only the top element of your oven. Switch off the lower element, only the top element should be working. There's always an option in the oven to do that. So let's say something between 2 to 4 minutes, but keep an eye, you don't want to burn the whole cake otherwise. So see how gorgeous our cake looks. See, the apples are caramelized, but we are not done yet. And now I'm going to prepare some sauce. This is apricot preserve, which I've heated in the microwave for about 30 to 40 seconds. And now into this I'm adding some raspberry flavored vodka. And I'm going to mix this together. Okay, now brush the entire masterpiece of this luscious glaze over the cake that we have prepared. Do not leave any part of the cake. Now if you don't have raspberry flavored vodka at home, it's okay. You can have any kind of boozy drink. You can have rum. You can also use brandy. And in case you don't want to use a boozy drink, you can also use some lemon juice, some orange juice, or any kind of juice that you love to have with this apple cake. Okay, and now these are some toasted chopped walnuts, and I'm going to sprinkle these all over the cake. The glaze is going to hold these on place and these are not going to fall down. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, so I'm going to take this out of the pan now. See, and now there you have it, a symphony of flavors, layers and warmth, all bundled up in our apple gingerbread cake. It's not just a cake, it's a celebration on a plate. See how beautiful this looks. The look in itself is so warm. So let me just cut a slice and show you how it looks like from inside. Here you go. See, this is a classic cake, a beautiful cake which you can prepare during your Christmas dinners, or you are expecting any guest, or even for yourself during the weekend. This is one of the best that we can have during the winter season. It's the perfect slice with your cup of coffee or tea or even green tea. So let me just taste it. This is having the perfect flavor of all the spices and I'm loving it. Now don't forget to share this joy and this joyful cake recipe with your friends who love to bake. I hope you like this recipe, and if you like it, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel for many such yummy baking recipes. So until next time, happy baking and happy holidays.